A huge match between two NA Titans as of recently, Lilcap being a literal force to be reckoned with, playing the big rig Bodvar against Wilson, the Terror, who brings the Ragnar every single time. The flames spitting fire like he's making a mixtape.
Oh, yeah. You know, he's got to keep it fresh, keep them guessing.
It's not one of those scam mixtapes that you find up in New York on the streets somewhere.
No, those are usually like, you know, they ask for $1. He's looking to take way more than that.
He's
with
looking
the
for a
lion's
platinum
share
label.
of $15,000.
The platinum label right there.
Wow, both of them just going unarmed, letting that first weapon drop so far down to the ground.
Sometimes that's just how it is, though. Wilson now finally getting that heavy weapon, the axe play, and that is going to be Lilcap coming in with this hammer. Now looking for a lot of this big damage. Wilson caught without a weapon as well as Lilcap tries to approach with the sword, kind of cautiously, but still looking for that proactive style. Wilson getting the reactive plays, nice recovery off the top to get a lot of damage, but this is a lot of movement coming out from both of these players, less so the combos and the strings to start out with.
Yeah, haven't really seen those combo starters really following up with a lot. There you see Wilson finally gets the initial hit, that Neutralite into a follow-up Neutralite recovery. Almost gets that side signature going over the corner there, but it's going to be on Lilcap to build this damage back up, keep himself even, as Wilson does have him on that kill spot, that kill percent. Neutralite isn't really going to be the kill option, but it could be the setup for it. Weapon toss, and the side heavy. That's the dodgeball play, right? You throw it up in the air, but you're looking the wrong way because my fist is coming at your face. I don't think that's appropriate dodgeball tournament rules, but hey, if the ref doesn't see.
Exactly, right? You get right up to the line and you throw the first punch at the, but you throw the ball at the ref, so they're too busy like putting their hands in front of their face.
Distracted. Well, Wilson does get that first stock with that that haymaker, that unarmed side heavy. Lilcap still needs to find a way to get back into this. He hasn't really found the hits that he needs. A lot of what Lilcap does in his matches is he does for the spot dodge to set up for that downlight follow-up on both his sword and hammer, and he hasn't really been finding those.
He's got his hammer now, though, so we might see something a little different. No, but the Wilson is just getting so much mileage.
Do it again. No. Oh! This time Lilcap opts to take the dodgeball to the face. Didn't really take too much punishment for it. It fell down a little bit, but he was able to get back up safely.
That could have been incredibly devastating, too, because that was Lilcap getting caught out of his recovery.
No.
Oh, no!
Okay.
What?
He didn't hit the ground pound, but I like that he still got the Neutralite out of it. Ended up protecting it. Wasn't the best conversion as it didn't lead to the kill, but could have been a lot worse. Does finally get that finishing blow with that recovery, but he is still very close to death. Almost a full stock advantage to Wilson.
Lilcap trying to hold the center stage right now with that sword, trying to prepare a little bit of damage here from the center, but all it takes is one swipe from that. Oh, we get the taunt,
some goodbye.
too.
That is a goodbye, good sir. STTP Wilson is feeling very confident here against Rectify's Lilcap. Lilcap, though, is finding his way back into it, getting some hits. Got the Neutralite, got that down air as well.
We see a little bit different of a Lilcap right now. He gets taunted on, and we see the cap come out. This is big cap now because we haven't really seen that much damage from Wilson so far. This is damage coming out from Lilcap, and he hasn't been hit barely at all so far.
Good spot touch through the side air from Wilson. Lilcap is still getting those hits, though. Another downlight into the side air from Lilcap. Swaps over to the sword for the mix-up. One for that side signature is going to punish that downlight from Wilson. Wilson might get turned around on Lilcap, not taking a lot of damage as he has almost gotten Wilson onto his final stock as well here in game one. Stomp side air, but it's right to left. It's going to send Wilson so far, but it's still not enough to kill. Wilson has the movement. Lilcap!
No!
Okay. Again,
that was close.
That's the second time Lilcap has missed his ground pound on the follow-up downlight, but he still gets something out of it. Ends up being a recovery this time. Lilcap is able to even up the stocks, and he didn't take too much damage. That salute taunt fired up Lilcap.
I mean, if a Wilson misses a whiff punish in the forest, is it really a whiff punish?
Well, fortunately, I think this is a jungle and not exactly a forest, so we don't have to quite find out just yet. There are some more foresty maps. Fangwild not quite in the tournament pool, but Lilcap getting some good damage on top of Wilson. The downlight side air sends Wilson off. Lilcap, he found an adaptation in his final stock, and suddenly we're seeing a last stock Lilcap that we didn't see in the previous two.
This is why you don't taunt on people, because they just go off. The weapon throw coming
taunt
in.
into get bodied.
Oh,
taunt into get bodied. Lil Cap gets the turnaround. He ends up winning game 1 after Wilson was 2 stocks up. Okay. Yeah, all right. Good stuff, Lil Cap taking game 1 over STTP Wilson. Wilson is going to be keeping that Ragnar, but this is going to be that final blow from Lil Cap. Just the ground pound. That's all he needed there.
You throw out that taunt, you're going to get popped. It doesn't really rhyme, but it's prose, so it's technically a poem.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things, I mean, poetry is pretty open-ended, so a lot of things could be considered poetry. I don't even know, like, is there a character limit on poems? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Like, the dictionary is technically a poem, right? Lil Cap, though, doesn't have to worry about poetry as his weapons do the talking for him. He's got the hammer in hand. Wilson has the axe, and he's got to make sure that he closes out the game, right? He can't just be like, all right, I've got a big enough lead. I'm going to sit here and taunt and just maintain what I'm doing.
Nice. Double stomp from Lil Cap to get a little bit of that damage built up. Playing that hammer really carefully. Wilson playing on his back foot right now, just trying to let Cap approach him. A lot of that damage from that axe is allowing him to take an early lead right now. Already has Lil Cap in the red.
This is the same spot that we saw Wilson in last game. Definitely had a big lead, but then Lil Cap was able to find the solution, ended up closing it out. Might be a testament to Lil Cap's adaptation, or maybe that's just the fact that Wilson started getting a little bit complacent on that final stock there, thought he had it in the bag. And if he can maintain that kind of mentality of, I'm going to keep this pressure going on Lil Cap, then we might see a lot more success come out, as Wilson is looking very strong here in game 2. Ground pound turnaround. Wilson still got jumps. Yep, definitely got back up to the wall safely, and he's going to reset to neutral. Lil Cap still looking for ground pounds and recoveries.
He only needs 3 buttons there. Jump, recovery, and the down button so you can do a ground pound. That's all you need. That's all he was doing.
Wilson does disarm Lil Cap with that neutral air, and Wilson is about to 3-stock Lil Cap. No taunt this time. He knows taunt to get bodied was the true combo that led to his death last game, so he's going to play super serial here. Lil Cap picks up the sword. Can't finish off the stock of Wilson just yet.
I mean, you know, you throw out that taunt, it's kind of like when you're playing the other Ubisoft game, For Honor, and they go into revenge mode. You know, you get all that extra damage and that armor and stuff. That's what we saw out of Lil Cap.
Boost. Down air from Lil Cap will finish off Wilson's stock. No 3-stock this time, but it's still a big lead for Wilson. More than a full stock advantage. No weapon on the field. Wilson not too concerned about it. Ooh, but he's starting to take some damage. Uh-oh.
This is going to be a dangerous position. Throws out the recovery.
Nice
oh,
snap.
and
Nice
wow.
snap.
Gets,
okay.
Oh, and the sweep. Ooh, Lil Cap coming in clutch right there. Barely making his way back and finding the punishments to boot. Very nice on his part, but Wilson still has a very commanding lead right now, and this axe is going to put a lot of pressure on the Lil Cap.
A lot of damage on all of these axe swings from Wilson. Second neutral sig will lead to the death of Lil Cap, and that means Wilson has evened up the games 1 apiece.
I feel like that's the Wilson classic right there.
Yeah, neutral sig and a jump neutral sig.
Yeah, pretty much, because that's something you see a lot for finishers from him.
Yeah, he's definitely a fan of that axe neutral sig. As a whole, he kind of just likes all of the signatures of Ragnar. He really uses all of them. No, he'll even use the fire. It's not as common, but I mean, there's been tournaments where Wilson sits on the corner, uses the Qatar down sig, and just like shimmies Qatar down sig, keeps doing that. He's definitely used both neutral signatures as well as side signatures. So Wilson definitely a fan of the Ragnar kit.
Wilson now approaching Lil Cap, trying to take advantage of the no weapon time that Lil Cap is stuck in. Now he's got a hammer, and this is going to be Lil Cap looking for the entry points. Wilson with a slight advantage right now with these guitars, dealing all this damage to start this game off.
Neutralite from Lil Cap, starting to get a little bit of damage in return to Wilson. He can't let Wilson have the momentum that he had in Game 2 and Game 1. He's got to make sure that he maintains a even position against Wilson, but Wilson gets above him, punishes that down signature, trading back and forth. Wilson has the stage control, and again, the fireballs come out, just backs up, gets the neutral light, gets the side light, gets the side signature onto Lil Cap. Not quite enough damage to kill, but the neutral sig sends Lil Cap very close to that kill box off the main screen.
This is a dangerous position because Wilson is so good on the edge at finding those KO confirmations on those edge guards, and right there, he just finds it with the side air. Pretty simple. Throwing out, but you know, sometimes you don't need like complicated combos or anything. You just need those side airs. That's what the axe is there for. That's what the hammer's there for. You get those one huge hit with a lot of force.
Flash out.
And you just let it do it. You let it do its work.
Yeah, Wilson, not really a big flashy play kind of guy. He'll just kind of stand in the middle, do what he needs to do. He's very like efficient with his moves, and it ends up working out in his favor. On the other side, Lil Cap has moments where he's incredibly efficient as well, and it's just kind of a battle of efficiency currently winning out in Wilson's favor. Lil Cap is going to have to step up his game if he wants to get this stock off of Wilson. Otherwise, we might see a repeat of the second game. Lil Cap looking for the side stick. He wants this stock off of Wilson. None of these are the killing blow, though.
He's got to find it. I mean, that side... Oh, the side air from Wilson.
And
Oh, and here it goes.
salute.
Here it goes.
Power up, Lil Cap. Power up. This is your opportunity. This is your winner bracket stock. Wilson gets caught by the
Here it
unarmed.
goes.
Lil Cap has to get these two stocks without taking too much. He can afford maybe 70 damage on this first to get this second stock off of Wilson. Wilson getting the first couple of taps onto Lil Cap. Wilson can't get complacent here.
Gotta be very careful about these diagonal angles because it is very strong on getting inside the attacks that the sword provides. Those are all cardinal directions. There's diagonals beat out sword on those angles 9 times out of 10 with good positioning. And look at this. Wilson already breaking that 70 damage threshold. Lil Cap really has to find something here that works.
Yeah, this is going to be trouble even if Lil Cap can get this stock off of Wilson. As Wilson, he'll just get refreshed. He'll just get one more completely full stock to work with. Lil Cap is taking so much damage here from Wilson. Wilson throwing out his kill options a little bit early.
Oh,
He's
no.
going for weapon tosses. Looks at for the side signature. Not going to be the finishing blow. Lil Cap has the hammer in hand. Goes for a ground pound.
Oh,
and
what?
the fireball, the Spitfire catches Lil Cap, and that is going to be it. Wilson takes it 2-1 over Lil Cap.